All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What is the basis of a good language is stories. Remember what we just did, Asatirul Awwaleen. The word story has its origin from the Arabic word, the stories, Asatirul Awwaleen, from the people of the past. Stories are us. Huge, mythology, huge folk tales, the culture, the history of a country, of people, of nations, of tribes is all embedded in stories. One of the greatest things that we as human beings have is the idea to create a story. And now, what we'll be doing without much of theory now is tell you a story, and I will show you some pictures. You have to guess what stories you have got. And I'll be sharing this exact presentation with you. I want you to play this game with your students and let me know what's the score they have. If they don't know the story, don't be afraid. Don't be, embarrassed. All it's an encouragement rather for us to teach them and tell them these stories. So, are you all ready? Are you prepared? You can use your chat, you can use your screen mics for telling us what stories they've got. So here is the first of the story. This is a story. I would like somebody to just mute themselves and read. I want every one of us to read at least one of the stories. So can I request anyone, sister, please state your name and just read the line. That's all.
Yes, sir. My name is Khadija.
Okay. Khadija, thank you.
I have to read this line.
Just read that. That's all.
A biscuit runs away and is chased by lots of people and animals. He tries to cross over a river with the help of a sneaky fox. Name that story.
Fine. So no judgment. All I want is this is a story of a biscuit that runs away. He was, trying to cross a river. And okay, I just gave the answer, did I? Which story is it? If you heard it, you read it, it's fine, but tell me what story. So this is how you have to guess. What story am I talking about? I think you should have read it.
I only remembered the gingerbread thing, but now that you showed it, I know the gingerbread man.
So thank you so much, Mashallah, Sister Mubashira. It is the Gingerbread Man. This very popular story. And I said, अगर आपने ये story नहीं सुनी है, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. Oh, yeah, there are many stories we have not heard. These are very popular stories. We grew up as in, especially convent students and books like that. These were very and still are very popular stories. Find out what a gingerbread man story is and tell this to your children. Okay, another volunteer, another participant. Can you read my next story? And then we'll not discuss too much about the gingerbread man, but it's a very interesting story of a biscuit. So now what I will do is every story can lead to more conversation. Can you tell me any other 3 brands of biscuit? Teachers, come on. That's how we improve our communication.
Parle-G.
Parle-G. Oh,
Good day. Good day.
Britannia. Wonderful. I'm sure
Oreo.
Oreo. I was waiting for Oreo as an answer. Aaj ki generation ka Parle-G is the Oreo, isn't it? There is Jim Jam.
Good day.
Good day.
Hide and
Somebody
seek.
said good day. Hide and seek. Oh, wonderful. You know a lot of stories. This is how stories are built. Now, imagine, I'm not going to do this exercise, but what you can do is you can take up this story, Gingerbread Man. First, you do a quiz. The whole story you tell them, how it got greedy, how the fox ate it. Then you say, you have to create a similar story. See, don't worry about creativity and innovation in the first class. Tell them now choose your favorite biscuit. It could be Parle-G, it could be there's another version called Tiger biscuit, it could be hide and seek, Muska Chaska, Oreo. You have to create a story using your biscuit. That's all. That's all. And in the class, if you're doing with a younger class, anybody will like it. They have to bring a biscuit packet of whatever biscuit you're doing. It changes the narrative. You see, a language class is a life skill class also. Yes, Arif, that's my favorite also, Jim Jam. Okay, next story, next participant, tell me what are we talking about. Please read it first. Someone who's not read now. Everyone reads now. Okay, I'm waiting. Sister Ashma, Sister Zeenat. I know the other sisters are very active.
This is Mubashira.
Sister Mubashira, I knew that. So, okay, go ahead.
Some hungry goat Goats want some grass to eat and decide to cross over a little cliff.
Fine. What story am I talking about? Heard this story? कहीं सुना है?
Yes, yes. I heard the story, but I don't know the name of the story. But I heard the story.
Yes, and most of the time these stories really don't have a name. We name them. So it's about three goats. You know, it's very interesting. Can anybody tell me the premise of the story? No one?
I haven't heard about it.
Okay.
I
So
don't remember the whole story.
even I have to recall the goats on the bridge. Nobody wants to give way, and and they fall down, or something of that round is the story about a goat. What I can do, and I want to ask you is, tell me another at least 2 or 3 stories with 3 characters in there. There are 3 characters here, right? 3 is a very popular character. Tell me a story with 3 characters.
Three characters.
Come on, tell me. Amar Akbar Anthony is also acceptable.
That came to my mind first, but I didn't say that.
You should never, hesitate. It's okay. As I said, see, there is the wolf and the 3 little pigs. There are 3 musketeers. 3 is a very, very popular number in storytelling, and you will get, the more we think, we'll get it. Okay, I want another volunteer to read this one. Very easy story. I'm sure you can tell me, but first read the line. Please go ahead.
Zenith. Zenith. A little girl visits her grandma who looks rather different. She seems to have furry ears, big eyes, and a long nose. Name that story.
Tell me the story. Very well done, sister. I'm sure you know the story. The story starts with a color also. So there is a color in the name of the story. Anyone wants to attempt? You want to use your chat
Snow
box? Okay, Snow White is a
White.
good answer. Maybe wrong answer, but I love the way you use the word Snow White. White is a good one. Think of the word red then in the story. Little Red. No idea.
Red whale.
Okay. Or you're close, but it's a very, very popular story called Little Red Riding Hood. It's a story of the girl
Okay,
who.
Little Red Riding Hood, yes.
Mashallah, I'm sure. See, it's all about recall. And using this story, you already answered, some of you answered. The idea is एक से आप दूसरे connections बनाना है हमारा. हमारा काम ये है कि हमारे बच्चों के दिमाग में connections बनाना है. And I want you to play this game. You can replace it, but it's such a simple game. You have to tell me few more stories which has colors in it. And you already told Snow White. I mean, I don't think I can think of a better color story than this, but that's it. That is the answer we are looking at. You can also create a story in Little Red Riding Hood. Usko last mein wolf kha jata hai. And that's a story. You can create a new version, new ending of the story where everybody is happy and Little Red Riding Hood wolf becomes friend, or she has a dog which attacks the wolf. The whole idea is the stories need to change. Okay, I'll do 2 more and we'll end up. ये story मैंने already आपको बताई है. So tell me. Somebody read it please and then tell me. I want
Asha?
Yeah, Sister Ashma, go ahead.
Yeah. When some pigs leave home, they decide to build their own houses, but a wolf pays with them a visit.
Okay, all right. So, Arif, I love the new ending, crocodile eating her in Port Blair. That's a new story that I've got. What story is this one on the screen?
3 pigs.
3 pigs.
Okay. So we already got 3 goats. Now it's the 3 little pigs, and there's a wolf. This story, suddenly we don't find it very attractive because of the characters are pigs. But the story in general has a lot of sound narration into it. He huffs and puffs, and this is a very one of the most retold story because of the intonation is this story. बच्चों की अलग अलग आवाज निकलती है इसके अंदर. As an imagination, the story can tell. The house is made up of what? You can use it even as a science story in material. So what are our houses made of? And the students are sometimes thinking, किससे हमारे घर बने? And they have no idea. They don't know what a cement or concrete or bricks are. Conversation. I'll do the last story with you now, and then we'll do a recall and we'll end the session. I want one more volunteer to read it, please.
Ashma. A little girl goes into a cottage. She finds in the woods. She ate some food, break a chair, and goes to sleep in a little bed. Then the homeowners come back.
All right. So this little girl is in the woods. She goes to a strange house. She uses the bed, and then the owner of the houses come back. What story are we talking about? Another story with three important characters, a little girl, a very, very popular story. This story is
The
one
bear.
of my favorites. Yes, the bear. What's the name of the girl? Very popular name.
That one in the TV channel also it's coming.
Sunere Bal Wali. There's a word in English for that now.
Curly lock, curly lock.
All right, so I get the answer. Goldilocks. Curly lock is
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks. I'm very happy, Sister Ashma. You attempted, you gave an answer. I hope it was yours. It's the Goldilocks and the three bears. Goldilocks ka matlab, lock ka matlab baal hote hain. Goldilocks, golden hair girl, right? That's the whole idea. The moment you got the answer, I could see the excitement. I could see the joy in the voice. Just because you know, this is what I want you to create in your students, among your students, and so many things can be created. You know, I will, as I said, I only will do three, but this is the most popular story. So I will read it myself and I'll let you read. A girl leaves a prince's palace at midnight but drops a glass slipper. Yes.
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Yes. So many stories that make us, so many ideas that make up. And this is what we are doing. This is the idea of how we are going ahead. And if you enjoyed it, trust me, you will enjoy learning even better if you implement it in your classes as a strategy. There are few more stories I did not do. 3-4 और stories हैं, or I will share this whole presentation with you. I want you to play this presentation with your students because this is my gift to you. If you implement it, you will become better. We'll quickly end it with 1 or 2 feedback. Did you learn something new? Did you enjoy? And did you go ahead and as a better teacher than you came in? Right. Jazakallah, sister. I can see that. I can see a quick chat here. Any suggestions, anything? We'll probably, Arif sir will continue your next week. But thank you so much for your participation. Any feedback, any question, or we'll give us a minute and we'll end the session. I'll just give myself a minute to you and then I'll let you ask a question. Thank you, Sister Mubashira. Jazakallah khair for the beautiful message. I hope you all benefit. I already shared few things in the group. I'll share the PPT also, and we'll see again with better improvement. And I hope to, inshallah, visit my hometown and RFE. Hope you get invitation soon. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.